guys. Awesome. So thank you so much for having me. Let's get into it. Why was it important for all of you to be a part of this project and bring the story to life?
I'm from Detroit. I'm a son of Detroit. This is a story about two urban legends, you know, from Detroit. So I wanted to shine light on them, their family, and the city that I grew up in the time that I grew up in.
And Da Vinci and Demetrius, yes.
Oh no, I was just saying this is an important story to be told because it's a period piece. It's a true story, that for our culture, and it's a historic piece. And I think, you know, you could learn a lot from it and finally get to see the story from a different lens.
Yeah, me too. I feel like it was important just because I feel like I was important for the role just because even though I'm my dad's son, I know him better than anybody, and I had to show that too, and really, you know, show my dad how he wants to be told and showed, you know, and finally people get to see the side of him that they don't really get to see, and they only hear about the glitz and the glamour. So now we get to show them about how they started up and how they were, you know, one big family like any other regular family, but they faced problems and hardships growing up in 1980s Detroit.
Awesome, yes. As someone who is from Detroit myself, I really enjoyed how the city was portrayed in the series. What part of the culture did you want to make sure was highlighted?
Randy, that's you.
Okay, what part of the culture? I think all aspects of the culture. I mean, when you talk about our culture, I really wanted to hit, you know, obviously hip hop. I really wanted to hit soul music. I mean, we got rumors, you know what I mean? I really wanted to go to church because, you know, our culture, we go to church and we pray and we fuss and we fight. So I really wanted to make sure the fashion was on point. I wanted to make sure the food was on point. I wanted to make sure they was going to Coney Island. You know what I mean? I want to make sure they was drinking pop, not soda. You know what I mean? So yeah, every aspect of the culture, I tried to represent the culture of Detroit, the culture of hip hop, the culture of Black people, and ultimately the culture of America, because this is an American story. You know what I mean? The prism is just seen through Black people, but hopefully our story is universal because it's about love, family, and brotherhood.
Awesome. And we only have like so much time, but what would you hope to see, this is for all of you, in future seasons? Would you like to get past the 80s and get to the 90s? And as we see, it's 2005 at the end of the season. Would you like to explore kind of the rise of that empire more in different decades?
Eventually.
Yeah, I would love to you know, keep exploring the 80s because there's a lot more things that happened in the 80s, like the drought that happened when all the power plants moved out and stuff like that. So then going into the 90s, I would love for us to just really take our time with those years because a lot of important things happen in those decades. So I would love to just continue capturing that and remaining authentic.
H.
Yeah, me too. I hope that we could tell everything, every little bit about it. I hope we can go 30 seasons. You know, just I hope that. Yeah, I hope we can stretch it out as far as possible. You know, so I never get tired of it. So hopefully, you know, Randy, his hand don't get tired.
Yeah, I don't know if I got 30 seasons, but I do like what Da Vinci said, which is true. I would love to watch the evolution of the series because from a musical standpoint, in the 80s, we're at early hip hop and techno. And I would love to get into, and like going into the 90s when So Def, you know what I mean? And all of that was going on, to the Outkast years, to even bridging it into like trap. You know what I mean? When they really starting to transition into entertainment. So I think it's a plethora of stories that we have to tell, to Demetrius' point. And we're just excited for the ride. And we hope audiences really do enjoy this. And I hope you enjoyed it because you're from the D.
I do. Even seeing Northland, I'm like, I remember when it actually existed.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
So yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm sorry this is so short, but yeah, I really appreciate all of this. And thank you guys again. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.